That's awesome. That's really good information, Tim.
Well, I hope so. That's
How,
what I try and deliver on these things.
absolutely. So how would they, go about setting up a blog?
Setting up a blog is super easy. There's actually setting up a blog is probably the easiest way to get started. If you don't have a website at all, start with a blog.
Yeah.
If I was to start from a clean sheet of paper in terms of if I was starting in a new town, say if I decided I was going to move to another city or another town, I would literally start by creating a blog. And I would create a blog utilizing a service such as WordPress.com or Blogger.com. There's also one which I've created, which is called fitnesssite.org, which gives you the ability to create a free blog. So all you do is you sign up. It takes about 2 minutes. You put your name in there. You put your email address, and you tell the system what you want to call your blog, and then press submit, and it creates a blog instantly for you. And then from there, you're just basically creating content to go on that blog. You may want to tart up the site a little bit and put a header up there or fancy picture of you or something like that, and having those opt-in boxes and things like that on there. But ultimately, setting up a blog in the first place is the easiest thing to do. I say everybody who's on the call, everybody who's listening to this call right now, you could, as soon as we get off the phone, or as soon as you stop listening to this call, just go to fitnesssite.org and sign up for a site straight away, and you'll have a blog in 30 seconds. It really is that easy. So that's really the easiest bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's say the other side to it is as well is having obviously sites to send people to invest in your products and services. Now, as I hinted right at the beginning with the sort of common mistakes that I see people make online is having that one site mentality, having a one site, selling everything. Whilst that may do or might have done for most people 10 years ago, it really doesn't cut it on the on the internet today. And I would certainly say have a separate site for your PT, for your personal training. Have a completely different website on a completely different domain for your boot camp. Another one, completely separate one for your membership site. Another one for your ebook, your nutritional program. Literally, you can get up to 5, 10, 15, 20 different websites, all with an individual product or service on it. What it does mean, it actually makes the process of creating those sites much, much easier. So I suppose the biggest sort of question that people are, or the biggest statement that I probably can hear people saying in their minds right now as they're listening to this is well, I struggle to get one website done. How the hell am I going to get 4 or 5 or 6 websites created? And we're actually in a very unique situation today where we've got access to some fantastic technology, which makes it really, really easy to set up websites, and you don't need all this technical sort of knowledge anymore. Most of the stuff that most people are getting a website created can be done by somebody else first and foremost, and I would certainly recommend people investing in a website designer or a website developer to actually create a website for them. But when you do go and do that, I would certainly recommend that you ask them to create the website using WordPress. And the reason for that is that WordPress is this incredibly powerful tool, not only for blogging, but also as a content management system. And what that basically means is that it's got a very powerful but very simple to use dashboard, which allows you to edit the text and the images and stuff like that on your web page without you needing a computer science degree. And it's really, really powerful, but really, really simple to use. And if you go to a website developer and they say, "Oh no, you don't want to use WordPress," or "I don't know how to use WordPress," then you find yourself another developer who can, because there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of developers all over the world who know how to use WordPress. It's a really, really powerful system.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I use myself as well.
Yeah,
It's just incredibly easy. I mean, I used to do a bit of website design myself,
sure.
so I'm quite techno intelligent, I suppose. But seriously, yeah, techno dunces can use WordPress.
I think it's I think the biggest fear that we have we come across with a lot of our Web Angels clients is that they're scared of the technology, and it's kind of like it kind of almost immobilizes them, this fear. It freezes them from doing anything online. And to be honest with you, that fear, once we've had our clients take on and start using WordPress, that fear completely disappears, because it's kind of like it's a program, it's a system that really is, it's just like using Word. So if you wanted to edit the text on your web page, it's kind of like, you've got a button to bold a bit of text, you've got a button to create a headline or a header, you've got a button to align it left or right, a button to upload an image onto the page and resize that image, and it really is very, very simple to use. Most fitness professionals, in all honesty, 95% of fitness professionals around the world are complete techno dunces. And I say that in the kindest way. It's not to sort of belittle them, but it's not what you're a specialist at. You're a specialist at being a fitness professional, as being a coach, as being somebody who can be a motivation to your clients and the people in your local area. And that's what you're good at, and that's what you should continue to be good at. And if you're wanting a website created, get somebody else to do it. Get them to create it on WordPress, and then you've got access to make the simple changes you want to make. It really is that simple.
Really easy. Now, we touched on it slightly at the beginning, but what do you think should we be using social media for?
I actually was at an event at the weekend, and I had one particular lady. I did my presentation, and she literally heckled me. She was sat in the front row, and got to the end of my presentation, and she literally started heckling me, and basically discounting what my opinion was on how we should use things like Facebook. And so this is kind of like my big caveat with all of this, is like, well, this is in my opinion. Facebook is a wonderful, wonderful tool. It's a wonderful medium for getting your word out and spreading you as a celebrity within your catchment area, and it's a powerful way of getting access to people that you wouldn't have got access to before. But I see one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making, not necessarily mistakes, but almost it's like misuse of the relationships that you are building on social media sites such as Facebook, by basically just doing direct marketing. So I see a lot of people doing direct marketing type status updates on their personal profile, where they're going, my boot camp starts next week, sign up on my website, go here. And it's like, I've got something like 1,100 personal trainers on my Facebook page who are friends with me, and I see literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these statuses every day of the week. Right. And it's like, yes, I appreciate that that people are not going to have hundreds and hundreds of personal trainers which they're following, but even so, if all of your status updates are purely buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, it's kind of like you know better off than the spam email marketing strategies that you see of people trying to sell Viagra, or trying to sell you a Forex program or something like that. It's basically just spamming people in a very different way. So as I say, some people may disagree with me. Some people have said that they've utilized that approach for marketing their products and services, but at the end of the day, social media, the hint is in the word, is in the phrase social. It's meant to be social. So develop relationships with people on social media. Develop trust with them, talk to them, engage with them. Ask questions, but also some of the nicer ways of doing it is basically going, by the way, guys, I've just written an article on something that somebody was asking me about on Facebook the other day. Go check out my blog post, and you can. That's a much softer way of doing it, and it starts gently introducing people into more of your stuff. Oh, by the way, guys, I've just created a new video. Go check out my video over at YouTube, and I say it's a soft way of doing it. rather than just having a blatant sales and marketing message rammed down their throat every 5 minutes. So I suppose that's the the problem. I could talk about social media, like, mistakes, and I could rant on for hours and hours on this stuff. But my advice to people is, use social media to be social, and that if you do that, then you'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Definitely. So just to sort of round things off a little bit, in one sentence, what words of wisdom would you give to someone who's just starting out in the health and fitness industry?
Oh, wow. That's from the perspective of what we've been talking about today. I think probably my best advice to people is, don't try and capture everybody. Don't try and attract everybody. And I suppose the phrase, if you try to attract everyone, you'll attract no one, has been, I suppose, the sentence that I will come out with. That's probably about as a big a truism as I could come up with. It's a big mistake that I see a lot of people doing, is they're trying to capture as many people as possible. And it's like, I ask people what their ideal client is, and they say, well, everybody. Is it male or female? Both. What age group? All ages. And it's like, well, we're not really attracting a specific market. So, I would certainly recommend new people coming into the industry, find a niche, find a core group of people that you want to go after. And it's not fat loss, and it's not everybody. Go and try something else, or at least package it as something else, and then you'll start attracting that specific type of person, because you can then talk to them in the right way.
That's spot on. That's amazing information you're giving away today, Tim.
That's all right. No worries.
Really, really appreciate it. And where can the listeners find out more information about you?
Probably the best place, as I said earlier, if you go to Personal Trainer Community, all one word, personaltrainercommunity.com, and that's where I blog. I try and blog at least a couple of times a week, which is, again, a bit of a hint. Everybody should blog at least 2 times a week. And go check out my articles. I've got some videos on there. And of course, if you want to get access to that web strategy thing, just put your name and email address on there, and say you can find out much, much more about who I am and what I do.
Definitely. I'm on your mailing list myself, and like your blogs are definitely very interesting, and keep me up to date with all the ongoings in the web strategy for fitness pros sort of industry. Absolutely amazing. I'll whack up a link for the guys just to click on, and I highly recommend reading Tim's blog. It's really, really good information, mate.
No worries. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully it's enough content for people to give you getting on with and get started. So
absolutely, that's brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing you speak at Feb actually this year.
Yeah, no, it's another event that. Hopefully is going to bring in a lot of people in. It was a great event last year. It was the first year last year. And I know this year John Latok and Paul Mort are going to put on an even better show this year. So I'm really looking forward to speaking again. So
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right then, Tim, well, I'll let you go. I know you're a busy man. So I'll speak to you soon, bud.
Okay, cheers. Thanks very much for that, Sam.
Cheers, Tim. See you, mate. Bye.